In this episode, I head to the Isle of Arran to hike the Arran Coastal Way. At 107 kilometres, the path is remote and rugged. I take a detour to find a hidden wooden library. But as I progress, the weather deteriorates. With less than 48 hours until the final ferry, I find the going tough.
And I'll be honest with you, the way I feel at the moment, I don't know whether I can go again. Good evening. I am in Arran. Take a look at this. Yes, that's the majestic goat fell up there. So, what am I doing? Yes, I've got the last ferry over and I'm going to hike the Arran Coastal Path. It's 107 kilometres. Let's just take a look at what the actual path is.
The Arran Coastal Way is a rugged 107 kilometre long distance route that traverses the coastline of the Isle of Arran. Highlights include picturesque villages, castles, waterfalls and the celebrated King's Cave. There are a number of route variants, including an optional ascent of Goat Fell, the island's highest peak.
So, quite an undertaking because I've got to get the last ferry back on Sunday, and that's less than 48 hours now. So, yes, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. We'll just see how we go. I'll have a big day tomorrow and take it from there. Now, I made a real schoolboy error. Set off, got to Ardrossan Port, didn't realise it's closed. It's been closed for about 6 months while they're doing some refit or something like that. So I had to then drive down to Troon. Missed the 3 o'clock ferry, had to get the 6 p.m, so I've lost 3 hours. So I'm going to have a big decision to make very soon about my routes, but we'll come to that in a second. In the meantime, I'm just going to push on and just walk around the coast and enjoy this lovely summer's evening here in Scotland. Wow, just a couple of kilometres outside of Brodick now, and I'm on my own. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, just chatting to a lovely German girl there who just hiked this in 6 days. I thought, some jeez, we're trying to do this in 48 hours, and I'm just wondering, have I bitten off more than I can chew? There is a good bus service apparently, and there is some variants. But it's going to be a massive day tomorrow. I'm going to have to put in a big day tomorrow. 50, 60k, no doubt about it. But anyway, we'll worry about tomorrow because I've got a bigger decision to make. And it's about that bad boy, Goat Fell. And I wasn't intending to do Goat Fell on this, and it's not really part of the actual Arran Coastal Way, but it's epic and the weather's epic. It looks like there could be a good sunset. But if I chuck that in, the best I'm going to get tonight is to the summit and maybe just down off that shoulder. Whereas if I stay on the path, I could probably knock off 10, 15k. Oh, decisions. I'll tell you what, I'll defer this for the time being and we'll just push on and I'll have a think. So I'm just on the path now, just past Brodick Castle and just working my way up the coast. I had to ditch Goat Fell, I was so tempted. In fact, I started up the path and then sense prevailed. It would have done Goat Fell. The best I could have achieved at this time of night, sorry, this time of day, will be the summit. I'd still have 100k to go. So, do go for another time. I've done it twice anyway. So I'm just gonna push on and try and get as far as I can before it goes dark and get a good camping spot.
The majority of this section was on the main road. The traffic was reasonably light and there was great views as I made my way north to Sannox.
I'm just north of Sannox. I've covered quite a bit of distance. Must be a good, I don't know, maybe 15, 16k. I don't know how I'll work that out, but yeah, happy with the progress. But as you can see, it's going dark now. I've just grabbed some water from the river and I'm just gonna try and find somewhere to pitch my tent. I was hoping that the wind might have picked up. It's dead still, so that means Midhaven. So yeah, so it's going to be a bit crazy anyway. I'll just push on, and there's a few camper vans and a few tents actually pitched up here. So yeah, this seems an okay spot. I'll see if I can get somewhere that's just a bit private. Good morning, good morning. Super evening last night, but God, I got into the tent last night and I get ravaged by the midges. Still am getting ravaged now, so I'm going to get packed up and get going really quick. But I did about 16k last night, so must have, I don't know, about maybe 90k or something like that. So I'm going to push hard today. I'm going to have to do at least 45, probably more. Going to have to run until 10 o'clock, so it's going to have to be a 50k day today. But what I'm going to do now is just going to get packed up, get on the road, get away from these midges and get some progress. I mean, it's damp, it's wet, they're absolutely everywhere. You can probably see them on the screen, so yeah, not great. Good morning. Right, I'm on my way. Great little path here out from the camping location. We've been knocking off a good 16k last night. I've sort of like done a little bit of a dent into this route, so I'm just going to push hard today and just walk until sunset. Well, that's the plan. See how far we get. Nonetheless, it's going to have to be a 50k day at least, but so far so good. The path's been great and I'm just working my way up the east coast now towards the top. First stop is going to be a place called Fallen Rock, so I think there might be a little bit of clambering there, but nice day. The sun's just beginning to break through the cloud, so fingers crossed. Now there is some rain forecast later, and I'm hoping that when I'm on the western coast, with there being like southwesterly winds, I think hopefully there'll be a breeze tonight, and that might help me with respect to the midges. But anyway, it's not ruining anything. I'll just have to deal with it.
Weaving its way north, the path sits close to the shoreline with great views to the Isle of Bute. At Lagan Cottage, there is an alternative route to Lochranza. This option climbs steeply up from behind the cottage. I decided to remain on the obvious coastal path. There is a great sandwich shop in Lochranza which is popular with cyclists waiting to catch the ferry on the 5 Ferries cycling route. This part of the route has long stretches of tarmac with occasional off-road sections. With a long afternoon in store, I pushed the pace and made good progress. With the heavy showers, there was welcome periods of blue sky and sunshine, and whilst I was now close to the halfway mark, the long tarmac sections and heavy pack were taking their toll.
Oh, goodness gracious me, I'm here, I'm stood under a tree sheltering. Yeah, it's pretty rough, the weather. Do you know what? 15 minutes ago the sun was out, and look at it now, it's absolutely tanking down again, but hopefully it's just a passing shower. I'm finally off the tarmac. I feel like I've been on the tarmac all afternoon. It's been really tough going, and there were sections that you could come off the road, but it was really hard to walk on, and it was like really slow, or just stay on the road and you can go at like a decent click, say 5 kilometers an hour, but my calves and my feet are just aching through it. Anyway, I'm turning around, going down to King's Cave, and the good news is I'm over halfway. I've probably got about 50k, 51k, I don't know, about 50k now. I've got lots of time. I've got like 5 hours worth of light. Well, I'm not going to go for 5 hours. Another 10k would be good, and I'll probably find somewhere to pitch and then maybe have about 40k tomorrow. I have been told it's pretty difficult down here to find a wild camping spot because it's lots of private land, but I'll try and work that through. Maybe there's something at the back end of these caves, but fingers crossed I've got a decent path. I'm just going to push on. I'm not going to wait for this rain to stop. It's a shame I've just dried out and I'm going to get soaked again, but it could be in for the evening, so I'm just going to push on. Nonetheless, it's been a great day. Great day. So let's get down to the caves. This is the Preacher Cave, pretty spooky. I think this was set up something to do with the clearings or something like that. I'll have to look it up and I'll pop it up on the screen, but yeah, really cool. I'm actually tempted to put my bed in there, but no, I think we'll stick to the tent and push on. I'm going to find something to camp in. It shouldn't be too difficult. I'll try and get the flat spot. Let's get this tent up and let's get some food. Oh my god, what a day, what a day. So, tent set up. I've had something to eat and I'm in bed. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to sleep and get up as early as possible. Now, according to the forecast, there's rain due in 4, 5, 6 o'clock up until 9 o'clock. That's not great. But it is what it is. Now, that was a tough day. I think I did, what, close to 50k. So as one plus side is I would have pitched up way back at Preacher's Cave, but we've not been able to find a space to camp. I did move along quite a bit, so probably not 3 or 4k, which is good news, but still quite a lot to go tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. And I'll be honest with you, the way I feel at the moment, I don't know whether I can go again. So yeah, that's not great, but I'm sure after a good night's sleep I'll feel fine. I mean, I'm gonna have to cut down the weight of this pack. There's just too much. Anyway, it's been a lovely evening, a nice breeze, so no midge issues tonight. Looking out over the sea, nice sunset, but I'm tired, so I'm gonna log off up as early as possible and get the show on the road and finish this bad boy off. Catch you later. Right on cue, it's lashing it down. Oh my goodness, here we go. Right, 41k, let's do this. So I've just arrived in Lag and I've got a decision to make now. I'm just reading the description of the next section. It says, this is the most challenging section of the Arran Coastal Way, involving difficult clambering over boulders to round the headlands. Do not underestimate the time taken to traverse this section. Additionally, this is not passable at high tide, so you need to check the tide. Now, the tide was quite high when I left this morning. Now, I don't know whether that was coming in or going out, but the thought of clambering over wet rocks, getting stuck by high tide and missing my ferry isn't appealing, so I'm going to take an alternate route. Now, the good thing about the Arran Coastal Way is just the options. Even back there, then I had an option of just staying along the bottom or just climbing up to the road and getting a view down, and I really like that. However, I've walked enough road this morning and I've been looking on the map and I saw a video. There's a sort of like hidden library in the woods, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find that, because it looks pretty cool, to be fair. So I'm actually going to carry on through Lag for a couple of kilometres, come off, try and find this library and then rejoin the path. It'll be good to get off this tarmac, even though I am making good progress. So that's the plan. Let's get to it.
cool place that is. My God, there must be thousands of handwritten notes up on there. But yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I've plotted a route. There's a lock up at the top over there, and I think I can go up and cut through and get back onto the coastal path. So yeah, good diversion, but now it's time to just get this done and get back. And hopefully by the time I can get back, the sun will be out, because it's just little bits of blue coming through, which is good news, because I'm damp, I'm cold, and it's a bit miserable. Anyway, let's go.
Whoa!
With the heavy rain over the past week, the path from the loch was seriously waterlogged and muddy. Progress was slow. When I eventually did reach the fire road which would join me to the coastal path, my feet were soaked. Just over an hour left until the departure of the ferry, the sign for Brodick was a welcome relief. There was, however, one final downpour to welcome me back to where I had started just 48 hours previous. All told, I really enjoyed the Arran Coastal Way. Hiking the remote and rugged shoreline is a great way to explore the island, although I think 4 days will be the perfect time frame for a path of this distance.